Alright, hello, Stargazers, welcome in. I know I still have not been able to figure out how to fix the text length. I tried to just change the numbers, but it doesn't want to behave. But hello, welcome in. How's everybody doing today? I hope everybody's having a good day today. Hello, MG. Hello, Siam0. Hello, Weston Fox. Hello, Janu. Hello, Stockler. Hello, Raul. Hello, Babylon. Welcome in. I hope everybody is doing alright today. I'm gonna see if it's possible to get any work done. I don't know. But I do know that I want to add more emotes. I know that I want to add more emotes to the server. So I want to try to see if we can do that. Last time we discussed which emotes to focus on, so I tried cleaning up a little bit of the line art for some of those. I did not clean up all the line art, but it's enough where we can at least throw in some color, I think. I'm gonna keep on waiting. Stockler on the YouTube side? I don't have the Twitch side on the side channel. Twitch is like only main channel stuff. I don't mix it up on the Twitch side. Because I can't have a side channel YouTube and side channel Twitch. It would just be too much. There's no Twitch alt channel. But yeah, I was trying to, I like remade the template that I had for all the emotes, and I keep trying to figure out like what correct size to make them, to make it like big enough to use online, and then, or like small enough to use online, and then big enough should I ever want to just quickly turn it into like 2-inch stickers, right? So I think it should be okay if I have all the settings more or less okay. Can't really do much bigger than a sticker, but I don't think we'll need to in most cases. Pretty sure we won't need to anyway. Just notice? Did you buy the 1 AK profile thing? I did, yeah. I did. I wanted to have Suzerain and Vulpes next to each other. I didn't realize the Vulpes was facing the other direction, so that's a little strange, considering that in the main image she's facing left, her right, our left, but it's the opposite on the chibi. I'm like, why are you facing away? This doesn't help. Why is she facing away? Why isn't she facing towards I was trying to have them, like, matched up, but it didn't work so well. But that's okay, because I still think that, I still think it's a nice to have an ambience synesthesia piece, considering before I just had, like, the sweets profile, I think. So, yeah, I'm still happy with it. Kalimax, hello. But, yeah, it's fine. I also grabbed the, it's still worth it, yeah. I also grabbed the one of, Amiya, because I don't know how often these run around, and I kind of just wanted to secure it, considering I'd originally seen the art on Twitter. I was already familiar with the art. I was already admiring the art, and I'm like, you know what, I'm just gonna sort of, like, show some appreciation for this piece, because it's really nice, so, yeah. And then I'm still hemming and hawing on the... Okay, so wait, the ambience synesthesia skins, how often do those run? For now, it seems like we'll get them every year, but last year's hasn't rerun. Okay. Do the ambience synesthesia... Oh my gosh, it's hard to say. Synesthesia skins, they rerun every year? Is it only once a year? I'm imagining it's only once a year. I was looking, okay, so like, I know that Logos is like more story important, and so I don't know anything about Logos. I don't need to know. But I was very, very impressed with that skin because I'm very biased towards the visuals of it. And I'm like, I really like it on a visual level. So I'm kind of debating on it, but I also don't have Logos. I don't have Mostama either, and I also like hers, so yeah, I'm just trying to figure it out. Some rerun out of season? Not very common in dirt cheap. 5 is not much by today's standards. Fair enough. Outfits can probably rerun, but I haven't seen the profile cards rerun. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Might head off for like 20 minutes? Oh, alright. Later. It's such a crime Mastama's skin didn't get the live 2D treatment. I know, right? It would have been like a no-brainer otherwise. It really would have been a no-brainer. And the thing is, because of the fact that it's on a pocket watch and the whole thing is like time moving and like the moon phases, it's worse. Like, of all the skins to not be live 2D, you picked the one that absolutely makes the least sense to not be in live 2D. Because, from what I can tell, there's a huge time motif and time moves and showing the movement of the moon phases. Like, what are you doing? That is absolutely naturally meant to be a live 2D piece. It's like, that's crazy, yeah. The fact that that one in particular isn't live 2D just drives me a little bit crazy. Because it's the main thing that makes sense for it to be. Anyway. I don't know. I'm debating on those two, but I also haven't done a lot of stages or extras or anything, so I'm like trying to figure out you know, if there's anything coming up that I would rather save that for, or if Ambience Anastasia is like, you might as well just grab it when you can type of thing. They do sometimes rerun off season? Okay, that's good to know. That's good to know. It's hard to judge. Anyway. So, I think I want to see if I can get any of the emote coloring done. And the other thing I was thinking of, because I know I mentioned before, I said, oh, you know, there was one previous stream where I was going to do Twitch panels. And then I was like, oh, but I don't know how necessary that is at the moment, because YouTube is really the focus at the moment, just numerically, right? Numbers-wise. YouTube is more the focus. So I'm like, I don't really need to focus on the Twitch panels right now. But then I noticed people were saying that you can't really see the follower or subscriber alerts, and I'm like, maybe I should use that energy to redo those. Make some custom ones you can actually see, regardless of Prism being in the way or not. So I might think of some of those, because I haven't given any of those any thoughts in terms of design or whatnot. But anyway, let me move to our... Oh, hang on, I forgot to do one quick thing really quick. Where'd it go? Need to be able to see the canvas, right? See where we are working. Okay, here we go. Should be good. Should be working. And here we go. There we go. Alright, good enough. I have so many different silly designs here. But these are some of these that you guys have, like, voted to work on. So where is the... Alright. Like, this one I've fully finished the line art on, aside from the necklace, so I think I can do that pretty quickly, from what I can tell. Aside from the necklace, but hey. But, you can always just grab this real fast. And basically... just make a quick base color. Let me clean that up a little. So it's easier. So yeah, I think these are at like, these are at about, 600 pixels-ish? So that should print like a 2-inch, 3-inch thing, if necessary, someday in the future. I don't know, it's hard to future-proof things because I don't do vector work, and only vector work, it doesn't really matter what kind of coloring you have. or not color, line art you have, you can always resize vector very easily. So I'm just like, I don't know how I'm gonna do this. So I have to grab my own color scheme real quick, because I'm not always able to grab my own color scheme perfectly. So I'll just sort of make these real fast. I don't know what I'm doing there, so I guess I'll just leave that one for now. Make that one cooler. There we go. Ah! That's not a good color. I hate working with the, with this color wheel sometimes, because it's so hard. Just to get the tiny little extras there. There we go. And we'll do one more here, just to make sure everything is all set. DHLPH and Vessa, hello, hello. It is A-okay. It is A-okay. Alright. Let's try this one, and I don't really know what to do for here. I think I had a guideline for shading, and now I don't know where it went. Here? There we go. I had a quick shading guideline for things. So you finally start working? What does that mean? What do you mean, so you finally start working? What is that supposed to mean, huh? Explain yourself. What is that supposed to mean? Alright, I'll sort of rough it out, just so it's like... The thing is, I'm not good at doing the work on stream because I always feel like I have to be, like, super careful of each individual stroke and color. And it's hard for me to do all the productive stuff otherwise. Oh, shoot. Okay, back. Or you just end up hitting the wrong things, and then everything breaks. And that's okay. Alright, let's try that again. You know what it means? I'm getting the stuff down now. I just feel like I can't be, like, I don't know. I don't know if the chill and work thing works well for me, so we're just gonna... Someday I'm gonna do some, like, you know, get your work done while listening to Arknight's BGM stream of some form. It's not today, but someday I'll do it. Someday I'll do it. Did I? I painted it all in the same layer. Alright. Let's try that again. Let's try that again. Okay. We'll attempt that again. Much faster, less clean this time. I'll clean it back if I need to later. Why do I always do this to myself? See, this is what I'm saying. I can't have an actual work stream. It's like not physically possible for me, apparently. Alright, better. Better. Kind of, somewhat. Slightly broken, but a little less broken than fully broken. Rewind time. You know, that's a nice thing, right? It's a good thing that this is all, like, that we do digital, and then, you know, I don't have to waste, like, a million oil paints fixing my mistakes. I don't have to use, like, turpentine and whiteout and all that stuff. Alright. There we go. That's better. Let me attempt that again, maybe? I'm still trying to figure out if I would, like... This is on a separate layer, right? Okay, good. I'm still trying to... What? Why does it not want to... Layering would help. I'm still trying to figure out if the star would be brighter or if it would also be under the shadow. Or if it would just shine through. Whoever comes up with undue colored paint will win a Nobel. Do you mean like this? That's technically paint. It's like transparent paint. Or do you mean like physical paint? Like oil paint that somehow remembers your... Well, now we're just breaking physics. That's why you do the first bunch of iterations in pencil and then scan them. Yeah, true. True. Oh my gosh, I used to do furry convention badges, right? It's like, people like to have... It's the exact opposite of VTubers. Instead of people not wanting to know anyone online, it's like, you make... I have got to figure out how to remove that icon. I swear. That's the delete everything icon. I wish it wasn't so easy to touch. Anyway, what was I saying? I used to do, furry badges, and it's the exact opposite of what VTubers get. It's like a badge so that people know who you are online and in person. So, like, if you're in a fursuit, right, it would have, like, your name on the badge. Because the other thing is, like, a lot of people don't talk in fursuits, right? So they use it as, like, a easier way to communicate. And I used to make the badges all the time, but they're always made traditionally. Like, it's just sort of a thing that people expect it to be an original piece of traditional art. Thankfully, not as much nowadays. Nowadays, a lot of people are fine with it being digital. But I used to be so scared because I'd have to go from, like, the sketch to the line art to the color, all on the exact, fully same piece of paper. And it was so nerve-wracking. And there were people who would, like, scan in, they would, like, scan in, the pencil work, and then they would scan in the line art work. And then if something messed up, then they would have, like, proxy versions of the badges. I'm glad that people moved on to being okay with digital. Because the other thing is, like, you would get it lost at a convention, right? Like, people just lose things at conventions all the time. And then be like, oh, your $100 original art piece that you were wearing around your neck is now gone. So, yeah, I'm all too familiar with the stress of traditional media. And I don't want to go... Like, there is a charm to it. There's absolutely a charm to traditional work, but I don't necessarily feel any need to go back. Hi, Cranky, hello, welcome in, how are you doing today? Yeah, furries are kind of opposite, because, like, you're trying to identify them at a convention. I've not done anything with that in a very, very, very long time. I've kind of, like, left that side pretty heavily. But I always still like doing the badges, because, you know, there's something cool about the idea of a badge. Just, it has, like, this very professional feeling. In the same way that, like, I don't know, name badges at expos are cool, and then when you have one that's, like, made specifically for you, there's just something fun about that to me. But I feel the same way about business cards, so, you know, I'm the weird one. I like things that feel official. That's why I like things like business cards. And on to the Monday blues. How about you? Did you actually rest yesterday or hide your working from Vesta? I don't know if I want to answer that, actually. I'm not sure how much I want to answer that. I can't believe you remembered that. Oh. Funny thing about that? No, Vessa, you don't need to say anything. You don't need to say any words. Hey, just hello. Welcome in. How are you doing today? Start looking at random business cards being like, look at that subtle off-white coloring, the tasteful thickness of it. Oh my god, it even has a water. People have sent me that scene so often. Yeah, pretty much. Except without the psychotic elements of it. I don't even like graphic design, you know, that's the funny thing. I actually really hate graphic design. I have education in graphic design and I find a lot of illustrators really hate graphic design. But I really do not like graphic design. And yet with business cards, it feels very different to me because then it's like, it's so personal to you, you know, it's like a little piece of your story in a little pocket portable way, and there's something very appealing to me about that. You know, in the same way that people like trading card art. I like things that are small and petite and just are sort of like very symbolic. So I've always liked in business cards, but hate graphic design. She needs more people to fuss at her? I absolutely do not. She's nearly immune to my fussing. She hears it too much. It's easier to ignore. Oh. Where did I... Shoot, what was my idea for the shadow for this? That doesn't really make sense. I'm trying to, like, look at the official Senko piece that this is based off of, but obviously we have different hairstyles, so it's gonna have different problems and solutions to it. Riley puts on a transparent rain poncho while dancing around talking about her favorite hardcore playlist. Oh dear. You know what, again, you know what the funniest thing is about Artcore? Is that, like, at least half of the thumbnails that I see in Artcore playlists use Arknights. Like, at least half. It's really amusing. And again, it's one of those things where, like, you know, I didn't recognize it as Arknights at first, so now I just, like, randomly listen to the music I've always listened to, and then I'll be like, oh, there's Surtur. Oh, there's Amiya. Nothing spoiler based, but it'll just be like fan art, right? And they're just trying to go for like dramatic ambiance fitting artwork for the thumbnail, and it's always just like it's always Arknights, and I find that so amusing. Hidden in plain sight, truly. Honestly though. It's often Surtur. I would say Surtur's probably the most common for it. I'm trying to think of who else. Surtur and Innes? No, I don't think Innes. I've definitely recognized Surtur in most pieces. That face reminds me of Killua from Hunter x Hunter, especially when he was gambling. Why does it make it so fitting? Oh no. That's not good. No, it's, the piece is, a Senko piece. We actually have the Senko version in the server right now. and I'm basically just doing a version of myself, but with the Senko artwork. Like, I don't normally trace emotes. The only time I'm going to trace emotes is when it is specifically trying to go for an anime screenshot. So here we're, like, grabbing an anime screenshot directly for this one. I'm probably gonna have to change the colors as well. I haven't really thought about that. I'm just sort of throwing down colors and hoping I get lucky. Hello, Eve! Welcome in, welcome in. It's how she looks at me when I show up in chat. Need a best version of that one day. I used to have the single one. I have to use the single one so often in your server in a vaguely threatening way. Yeah, maybe I'll do like a YCH for it. I feel like YCH for anime screenshots is fine. Cause it's like, I mean, everyone does YCH for anime screenshots. Like, how many Bochi YCHs have you guys seen, right? I might do a Senko Stare YCH at some point. Bochi's peak, though. Makes sense. Also have arrived and already have #1. Why does that happen? Wait, I thought it was per stream, no? I thought it was per stream. I don't know how YouTube does their things. I don't know what YouTube is doing, honestly. I don't know how most of it works. Alright, let's make this, like, maybe about here? Where is... okay. Probably about here. That seems about right. And then, where's the shading for the back? The shading for the back is, like, all shaded, actually. So, like, maybe I'll just have it hidden? Yeah, it might work, actually. I'll see how that looks once all the other colors added in. No, it might disappear too much, actually. Yeah, I'll leave it. Every time I show up to your stream, it always gives #1? I'm not sure. I don't know how that works. I could have sworn that they reset every time, so I don't know. I just have it disabled? That's fair. YouTube doing weird YouTube stuff. I can't keep up anymore. I just ignore it. Generally, 25 EXP per text, 3 text points per 10 to 15 minutes. Oh, okay. That is really weird. 25 XP up to 3 times an hour. I don't get it. I don't really know why they do it. I think the annoying thing is they're trying to be Twitch, but without, like, doing all the nice things that people like from Twitch. I saw that what was it? They have a new update where they're going to, at some point soon, allow people to stream, like, horizontally and vertically in one go. And I'm like, okay, that's great, but there's so many other features that people could use. And I don't know if they're going to allow people to, like, make separate setups or not. Like different, like, profile layouts, right? Because if you're, like, a game streamer, right? And they're like, oh great, you can go live on both platforms, and they don't have a way to split the screen like you would on Shorts, then it's either going to focus on just the game or just your face. And I think they're going to be mainly doing this for podcasters, so it's just going to be like podcaster's face and then podcaster's face but vertical. So I'm just like, I hope that you're going to think through how to do this correctly, because It's very clear that you don't know how to make features for a content creation audience that is not podcasting. My peeps brought that up and I explained the same thing to them. Yeah, it's like... I hope they know what they're doing, but I kind of heavily doubt that they will. I think it's going to just be... I haven't seen it. I haven't found anyone who has it yet to see it, but my guess is that they are not going to know how to do it. YouTube has never been very integrated or in touch with their live streaming community. That's why it's crazy that you've got, like, you know, people like HoloLive. And it's like, how can you be ignoring something like HoloLive? And I get it, HoloLive is still very niche in comparison to, like, the greater scheme of things, but you get what I'm saying, right? Like, you've still got, like, Charlie, Penguin Oz, you've still got, like, Ludwig. You made all these contracts with these big streamers, and yet you don't know how to utilize your platform for good streaming. Let's be honest, they fired the team a long time ago and left the ideas to AI. No. Oh, I don't want to think about it. Oh, you're probably right, but I don't want to think about it. It's still dropping the bucket compared to some of the income from watching videos. Yeah, that's true. If Mr. Beast did live streams, then we would get all the features we needed. Right? But no, I think ironically, I think he got picked up by Kick. So, like, actually, what are we doing? I'm not looking forward to YouTube just being a live stream place that's filled with, like, AI-generated gorilla influencers. And if you haven't seen that, I quite literally mean gorilla influencers. It's quite disturbing. I'm not looking forward to that era. YouTube is doing something, I don't know what, and I don't think it either. Yeah. It's just, the whole thing is so strange. Alright, I think we're gonna do, like... something like this, perhaps? And then, do I have, like, the... Yeah, I guess this is okay for the shading at the moment. I can't really figure out what needs to be done for it. Probably just going to do a gradient for this, and then... Are we doing the highlights? I can't quite tell, because it's so simplified. Where's the chart guide? Okay. It's like this, and then it's like really, reduced opacity. So you can barely see it. I think that's all of them. Gorilla means spam content is my guess. When someone does gorilla stream, mean a stream that's not originally scheduled. No, you guys don't understand. Gorilla live streamers. Gorilla live streamers. Not gorilla, gorilla. I'm not kidding. There's going to be gorilla live streamers. There's going to be AI gorilla live streamers. And I'm not looking forward to the YouTube platform being filled with AI gorillas. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but there is a disturbingly large non-zero amount of gorillas. Why gorillas? I don't know. Maybe because they're the closest thing to man? I don't know why gorillas. But everyone's decided gorillas for some reason. The meta's gorillas now. I don't know why. I don't necessarily enjoy it. Maybe better that we haven't? Yeah, true. Yeah, but it's like, yeah, it's not great. It's not great, guys. But yeah, that is indeed a thing. Your AI gorilla overlords. That's so weird. Also, hi. Hello, Elf. Also, hello, Catch. If I didn't know what you were talking about, I would think you're spreading crazy conspiracies. I'm not spreading crazy conspiracies. You can look it up, unfortunately. If you want it, okay, if you want to terrify yourself, then you could probably look it up right now. If you wanted to scare yourself. If you typed in, like, AI gorilla influencer, I'm sure you'll find something. But also, if you don't want that in your history, I don't blame you either. You can check it in incognito if you wanted to. The meta is Gorillaz, the band that Powerpuff Girls is canon to. I wouldn't... That would be fine, but no, we're talking about the animal. Did you look at it, Siam Zero? Why is there a Hulk gorilla talking to me? You see what I'm saying? It's so wrong. It's so disturbing. I told you, and I'm not looking forward to all of YouTube streams just being that. And I'm, like, because it's, like, native to YouTube, right? Like, anyone can now do it through YouTube. It's a feature. And I'm not looking forward to this. I wish it was the 100 men versus 1 gorilla. That would be easier to stomach. But no, it's not that at all. It's worse than that. It's a feature. I don't know why it's a feature. It's a great question, honestly. I don't know why it's a feature. But yes, they're going to make it a feature. Everyone will be able to do this. Your mom will be able to live stream as a gorilla influencer on YouTube. If I had said that 10 years ago, yes, you probably would have thought that I was crazy. We'll come for Fox VTuber one day. No. Star, I want to wish it away. I wish that I had the power to wish it away, too. This is beyond me. It's a bug in the Matrix. I mean, yeah, there's more than just gorillas, but the gorillas are really what stand out to me, because that's the one they keep using for advertising. I don't want to imagine my mother being a bored ape stream. You can see why there is concern, at least. It's not good. It's really not good. That's why we need, like... I don't know what we need, honestly. Makes me think it's the next step of the Bored Ape NFT thing. I have no idea where it comes from. I don't even think that gorillas are that popular, are they? Like, I don't necessarily see it as one of those, like, animals everyone wants to make merch of. So I don't know why that's their choice. It doesn't really make sense to me. I feel like that's not quite as bright as it needs to be. It's a meme? The gorillas are a meme? Just the monkey is a meme? I mean, what, like Return to Monkey? You think that that's what people are doing? I mean, that's possible, but like... I don't know. This is the next step in human evolution. Do not resist. Probably close enough to human that AI has an easier time with it. Oh, that could be true. That could be, yeah. No, that actually makes a lot of sense. It could be something where it's, like, easier to train on. That actually would... That checks out. That checks out, I think. Let me just shift the hue here. Maybe about, like... I never know what works best for this. Maybe a little bit darker. I guess that works. I don't really know. Maybe I'll blend it. There we go. That works. It could be those AI cats, too, that you see a lot. Oh, jeez. Those AI cat things. That's on the same line as, That's on the same line as the Elsagate thing. Like, you can't tell me that's any different than Elsagate. My favorites are elephants, but that would be even worse as a streamer. I'd be constantly afraid of my mouse. Okay, I'll give you that. That was clever. That was clever. Which is worse, AI Gorilla or AI VTuber? We already have AI VTuber. And I know that a lot of people like the AI VTuber. I'm sorry, I'm not personally a fan. I know people like her. I personally don't vibe with her, but I know she has a huge following, fan base, so... What do you think? That piece of line art I guess I'll do later. I think the line art needs to be colored. That seems to be one of the main differences. Where did the... Alright. I'll just quickly add this piece and then edit it later. Because that last little necklace part was the area that I didn't fix. Still not sure if she's actually real or not. I don't know how you would define real in this instance. Nero's interesting. She's slightly aware, but not of herself. It's strange. I don't know. It just kind of freaks me out a little. And I get it. Like, she's, what's the word? She's the novelty, being the first, right? So other people have then tried to copy it and then make like other AI VTubers, and they never succeed because Neuro is more of like a novelty in herself than the idea of an AI VTuber, right? So that part I could at least respect a little bit. New controller didn't solve the problem. Must be a software issue. I'm sorry. Also, that was fast. That arrived quickly. I'm sorry it didn't solve the issue, though. It's weird that it's a software issue, though. Also, you said something about, like, that the cable was fine, but you also said that it's a wired controller? Are you using the same cable for multiple controllers? I thought it was, like, attached. I didn't know you could swap them. Sorry it doesn't work, though. I wish that I knew how to help fix... I don't really know what you would need to do. What is the emoji for? It's mainly for the, Discord. It's a USB-C cable, and there's a C end to plug into the controller body itself. Isn't yours like that too? I thought we had mostly the same controller. No, mine is USB 3.0. Mine is not C. It's the older one. And it's directly tied. I don't think I can remove- wait, can I? Wait a minute. I think it's 3.0 to C. So I guess it could be removed, but it's slightly different? I'm not really sure now. Have you tried updating the USB hub ports? Well, I think Vesa said that he's tried different ports. Newest firmware? I'm not really sure if that would make a difference. I don't really know how the, technology goes. What is the emoji doing? It's looking at you menacingly? You just described what the emoji is doing. That's exactly what it's doing. What else would it be doing? What else would it be for? Yes, it's looking at you menacingly. That is the purpose of it. There's no firmware with the brand. That's what's throwing you off. I'm sorry. That's annoying. What else would this emote be doing other than looking at you menacingly, honestly? Also, it doesn't work well where it's all, blue. I have to separate the skin and the hair for that, otherwise it looks very awkward. Yeah, let me change this part and this part here. Let me make that. No. Okay. Yeah, that's a little bit better, I think. Probably no one can tell, but I can tell, so. Hmm? It's looking at a certain candy necklace. Will this be the branded? Huh? What? I thought it was based on Maury's weird cat, but it's you? It's not based on Maury's weird cat. No, I've said before, it's, okay, let me just show you the reference. It's literally a traced screenshot. It's Senko-san. It's Senko-san. It's a traced screenshot from Senko-san. See? It's a traced screenshot. It's directly from Senko-san. That's where it's from. That is the origin of this one. It's Senko-san. They're uncultured? They don't know Senko? No, how can you not know Senko? How can you not know Senko? That doesn't make sense. That doesn't add up. No, no, no. Let me just make this a little bit flatter. Because right now it's a little too, it's a little too rounded, and the whole point of this expression is that it's extremely geometric. Let me just tweak it a little bit here and there. I'm trying to not make it... I'm trying to actually avoid making it rounded. But I can't quite see what I'm doing at these angles. Alright, good enough, I suppose. I think it used to be your waifu prior to Aroma. I remember you saying that, yeah. I remember you saying that. Senko honestly has, like, some of the best expressions. I mean, that's why we have so many of them in the Discord already. You don't even have to watch the anime, you just have to be in the Discord to know. You wouldn't even have to watch the anime. We've just had the emotes in the Discord for, like, years now. So you have no excuse, Seahiro. No excuse. Literally could just respond to you with this emoji and it would be accurate to how I'm feeling. That is the irony of the whole thing. That is the irony. Would literally just reply to you with this emoji. And yeah, also Vesa does use it a lot too. So you've definitely seen it around. Alright, that's better. Know about her? We don't really care about the romance thing? Oh, no, that's fair. For me, it's not the romance thing. It's just... You don't often get true Kitsune characters. And it's like, I understand not caring about the romance thing. That's totally fair. I just think that she has a great character design. And she's extremely cute. Reply with both Senko and Starko from Max Smug. Sorry, but I'm a logical person. I need more context. The context is that it looks identical to the thing that Vesa responds to you with. That is the context. Alright. I think that we are good on this one. Remember very little from Senko, though I do remember liking the other Gamer Fox more. What other Gamer Fox? The white one? What was her name? She wasn't as... She was only in, like, the last few episodes, right? She wasn't nearly as apparent. Alright, what other ones do we have here? You guys also voted on the... The others I did not clean up the line art for, so... There were a few different ones that people wanted. Your face with Giga Chat expression. Oh, jeez, no, I'm not gonna do that. I don't like that expression. Why is Prism there? Why is Prism not there? What do you mean by that? What do you mean, why is Prism there? Why would she not be? Do you mean on the sheet? Because I'm filling out the sheet. We have so many different prisms and such. Prism is an emote. Yes, Prism was the first emote of the sheet to be completed. And then there's a lot of other ones that are also Prism, because Prism is basically the way that you guys can choose to react if you want to. And then there's also just some emotes that just look better when she does them than when I would do them. Like, I don't know. What's the emoji on the most bottom right corner? That's a silly smug one. I don't even know why I did that one. Prism was completed because we bug catted too much. Pretty much, yeah, that was pretty much it. This one was also one of the ones that you guys wanted to do. This silly one. I didn't clean the line art for this though. So many emotes. I know, right? Oh wait, there are more? There are so many more. You're referring to the one next to it? Oh. This was for something that we don't have, figured out right now. The 07 Prism we need for your next failed stage. This one. Does this need to be our next focused one then? If that's the case. I didn't clean the line art for this one though. So it'll probably be a bit on the rougher side. I thought it was Vesa? What do you mean you thought it was Vesa? I'm very confused today. Let me move it over slightly. So I don't have have a little bit more of the tail. Or no, I guess that... I don't know. It's hard to know where to crop these two. Oh, that's fine. You're always confused? No, today you're genuinely confusing me more. To be fair, you're confused every day. Just that you have some lucid moments when you actually rest. Wow, okay. Is Prism stepping on your head? It was supposed to be a head pat. It clearly didn't work. So maybe we'll nix that one. Maybe we'll bring that one back to the drawing board. Lost first? I don't know how they work. Wait, what the heck? You were just... No, that doesn't make sense. I don't know how those work. Those are weird. I wouldn't worry about it. Hello, hello? Came back to ask if Starfire made the cut. I will be coming back after dinner. I don't have a sketch of Starfire for these. Also, that was an accidental brush stroke. Where's Master Spoon? There. Head back and work with Gremlin free run expression on you and speed lines on Prism's paw. Wait, which one are you referring to? You have a star buyer sketch. It came free with your Secco PFP. Oh my god. We need the spoon still? Do you guys really need the spoon? I mean, none of the Arknights people understand the spoon thing. Do we need the spoon? What is it next to the spoon? My daily expression. Yes, we need the spoon. One where it looks like Prism is jumping off of you? What about that? We do. Vessa shared the clip. Spoon is required. I posted the video I made about the spoon and everyone loved it, so even if they weren't there at the time, they know the context now. Oh my gosh. Hello, I would like the spoon, please. Oh. Okay, fine. Fine, we'll do this. We'll have the spoon. I feel like this is probably going to need to be done next. I don't know. Just got a hunch. I didn't do the line art though. I can't do the line art on stream, so I'm not gonna do like the actual line art on stream. I just need to make it like clean enough where I can it just needs to be clean enough where I can add color. But yeah, I can't do line art on stream. It does not work. It will not work. It does not work for me. Is it a Hamtaro reference? Yeah. Yeah, because it came from Ham Ham Heartbreak playthrough. Line art takes focus? It does. I'm not able to do it on stream. Like, if I ever have to do a line art, it would have to be like, it would have to be a silent stream. And I just don't think that's fun. So, I have not gotten myself to do it. Maybe someday, if I have like, AK background radio to study to. Hamtaro was the first game she streamed, technically. Infinity Nikki was first. I think that was 1 or 2 streams and then ditched. Yeah. Plus, you know, with what Infinity Nikki did, I'm glad that I didn't try to stick with that. Yeah, it was 1 or 2 streams. It was like, wow, I'm gonna play this day 1 of launch, and then it's like, oh, joke's on you, we didn't even get the directions right for the tutorial. So, yeah. That was not great. They ruined the whole story, exactly. Then it was the mushroom game. I liked the mushroom game. The mushroom game was fun. I genuinely love the mushroom game. Rewrite the jump guides. I have some problem with the jump guides. Yeah. Pretty accurate, yes. The mushroom was such a fun guy. Oh my gosh. You guys with your puns, I swear. First Siam Zero with the elephant and mouse, and then Newbie with just, well, Newbie's existence is just puns, so that makes sense. What do you mean pretty accurate? I have a clip of you literally saying this. I don't know. It's funny because they literally changed it the next day. Loved the Cappies. The Cappy in that made me buy Cappy stuff because they're cute. The little Capybara siblings, they were fun. Yeah, that's like a... If you guys haven't played an indie game called Smushy, I do recommend it. It's very cute. It's pretty short. What was it, like maybe 6 hours total or something? But it was a lot of fun. It has like kind of that... It has sort of that Zelda exploration vibe. And I wish they had done more. I feel like they had so much world building going on too that they kind of ditched because the game was so short. I would have paid for like a $60 version of it, like AAA style with more to do. This has the most diabolical vault of star clips. Ugh. Smushy secretly Dark Souls. There were a lot of references, yeah. That was amusing. What? Did I? Wait, I didn't even... I didn't even catch it. Did I? I don't even know when I'm doing it. That's the sad part. I have no knowledge of when I do it. Want me to clip it? No, that's okay. You don't need to clip it. As soon as you thought about the vessel vault, it was immediate. That sounds about right. That sounds about right. You'll release a cursed non-stream clip? No! That's not the same, that doesn't count! That's not the same. And you guys question why I need this emote. You actually questioned why I would need this emote. Like the star ping emote? What? The what? The witch? We don't question why you need it, but rather why you haven't finished it already. What do you think this stream is, huh? The problem is I didn't get enough time to do more line art, so I'm stuck like kind of half doing line art while trying to figure out what I need to focus on in color with half incomplete line art. The stream is Senko. I have, how many? I think we have like 2 or 3 Senko-based emotes. I don't remember how many now. A few. Maybe... I can never figure out, like, how her ruffle of fur is supposed to go. Developed 4 new ways to back up my threats, and all of them are funny. Oh dear. 7, 6 animated, 13. There's 14. Wait, what? I lost track of what you were saying. There's 14 Sengo emotes? Wait, in the Discord? Or... There's not 14 Sengo emotes, what? Oh. Well, I wasn't going to repeat all of them! I meant on the sheet. I can't, like, a lot of them are very, like, full animation complex. A lot of them I can't, do another version of. I can't do all of them. I just wanted to do a few of them that I thought were fitting and on the simpler side. Watching the stream reminded me of a metric ton of emote ideas to cram way too much detail into. That'll all be lost to pixels. Mood. I can relate to that heavily. I can very much relate to that, which is why I have been taking so long to do them, because so much of them require so much, like, detail or line art, really. Mainly line art. Line art's what really holds me back with all of these. Same absolute mood. Newbie, your like little shimmery excited one is so perfect. I love it so much. Like I see your emote, it makes me really happy. It's just such a pure expression. Like it genuinely makes me so happy when I see yours. Like that one in particular, the like shiny happy one. I really, really like it, I have to say. It's just such a pure expression. Alright. Probably enough to at least start throwing down color. I'll fix it later. I haven't really figured out how to best utilize, the color style either for these. Because the thing is, I want my emotes at some point in the future to be like... I want them to stand out as something different, because I feel like most emotes are very, very similar looking. So I want to have sort of more like a painty look to mine, and I don't entirely know how to pull it off yet. So I'm just doing like a lot of experimentation with that. Like, if I could do, where was it? I had the nicer brush. Is this the oil brush? Yeah. Where I could do, like, a little bit of painterly effects behind it. I picked up this brush recently, too, and it makes me really happy. I have this kind of, like, very loose painterly feel to it. I don't know. I love making a heavily simplified version of a character design as an emote. For an emote, it still ends up looking like a QR code. Yeah. Cel-shaded emotes are so easy to get away with because they're so small. Yeah, true. It will get crunched by the resolution, but you know what? It's still like... Well, okay, it'll get crunched by the resolution, but on the other hand, because they're painterly, you don't have to be as, like, perfect with them. And I already struggle with perfectionism. So not having to have perfectionism with a painterly emote is actually faster and more freeing than trying to do it clean. And because most people do it clean, I feel like, you know, on like a commission site, like a VGen type of thing, mine could at least stand out a little bit, because if you wanted that painterly look, I've asked before, I've like asked people before, what do you prefer? Do you prefer your emotes to look very clean, or do you prefer them to look a little bit more artsy? And most people said that they'd only ever seen the clean versions. So an artsy one is like, oh, I wouldn't even know what to think about that. And I used to just, you know, do the style everyone else was doing and make it all, like, clean and basic, but I don't know. I've seen some chibis on Pinterest lately that I really, really admire, and I want to see if I can, like, utilize that look on an emote, which I haven't really seen people, like, combine the two ideas. So I think that that would be cool. Yeah, it's like, is it going to show up? Probably not. Is it gonna make me happy? Yeah. Is it fast and easy? You don't have to worry too much about it? Also, yeah. Even if I just, like, add a tiny bit of, even if I just add, like, a tiny bit of extra color and extra texture, it's just, like, it's just something that people don't do, so I want to play with it, you know? Let me make this a little bit. Grab this, make it a little bit lighter. And I'm just sort of playing around and seeing what works. I'm biased because I always love your painterly style. Thank you! I just, oh, I love the painterly style so much, and I want to do more of it. I want to get better at it, you know? Because it's so uncommon. Most people don't do it. I want to stand out. I want to stand out having it. Like, if you want to get a basic emote from, just any artist, like, there's hundreds of artists that will do the exact same type of emote, to the point that most okay, I can't say most, that would be, that wouldn't be fair. A very large percentage of emote artists do their emotes on a base. And there's nothing wrong with doing your emotes on a base, but, they all just, it kind of just makes it so that everyone's emotes all look identical. Because so many people end up using the base, right? So there's nothing wrong with it. It's just that I personally just want a little bit of extra. I just want a little bit of zhuzh, you know? Something that you can't really get from other artists. I like doing what I can to try to stand out a little bit. You know? Lordy knows I'm not in a situation to compete on, like, price or anything, so you have to find other ways to stand out. So for me, finding unique angles is the way to do it. What does an artsy emote look like? I can actually show you an artsy emote that I've done for people. I've done them on commission, and I haven't really refined the style perfectly, but it is the direction I want to try to move towards. And I'm still being a little experimental with it. I haven't really figured it out fully. Like, okay, are these ones done? Yeah, these ones are mostly done. So, these ones, right? So from far away, you still get the general idea of what they are, but if you do look at any of them close up, they do have kind of this non-cel shady, painty style to them. That's why I use emote bases as reference, making it fit whatever character I'm using comes first, yeah. And the thing is, like, I'm using an emote reference when I'm doing, like, an anime screenshot, but I feel like an anime screenshot just pushes it, like, a little bit more? I don't know. So yeah, that's kind of my idea of, like, an artsy or emote. Alright, Raoul, see you in a bit. I don't know, what do you guys think? Does it make any difference to you, or am I just, like... Actually, no, don't answer that, because I know everyone's just gonna answer I fuss over details. But, I don't know, I kind of prefer this vibe, personally. Sometimes I also use screenshots from other sources directly too. Yeah, I don't want to do it for all of them. A lot of them I do want to make on my own. But there are some where it's like, mainly if I've been using an existing emote for a long time and then I'm like, okay, I just kind of want my own version of it, you know? And then when I do emotes for others, I intentionally like to try to find ways to make expressions that I haven't really seen much, right? Doesn't really matter to you? Fair enough. I just know that most people go with the typical cell shade, and I don't know. It's easier for me to do painterly. Because you don't have to be as precise with it, truthfully. You can kind of get away with more, in a way. When I see people put that much detail in them, they're also reusing the emotes in thumbnails and stickers and merch. Yeah, exactly. I was mentioning earlier in stream, like, I'm trying to figure out how large these have to be good for merch. I'm currently making them at, like, 600 pixels. And I think it could get me, like, a 2-inch sticker, if necessary. You always have to think about that kind of stuff ahead of time, you know? Because you can't really change it later, especially if you're like me and you don't do vector. I don't do vector work, so for those of you who don't know, vector is like, if you're doing a logo for a professional company, they're usually made in a vector-based software like Adobe Illustrator, and it allows you to make them as large as they have to be, like so you could put it on a bulletin board or whatever. And I personally don't paint in vector because my work is so painterly. It's the exact opposite. So I always have to work at a larger canvas size to offset that fact. And at this point, I'm basically just, like, I'm sort of, like, testing colors, right? I'm sort of testing what Prism's color scheme for these should be, and then I can sort of clean it up later. So I'm not doing all the cleanup work on stream, because that's really annoying. Is your plan to work on all these at the same time and release them together, or focus on a few and release them as they're done? Probably focus on a few and release as they're done, otherwise you guys wouldn't see these for a while, and I'd like to just be able to, like, let you guys use them as I can. Originally, the plan was to do it all at once, and then I'm like, no, that's unrealistic. Some of your emotes are 4,000 pixels. Oh my gosh, what? That's what I do for my, like, multiple character pieces. Why are you doing it at 4,000? Are you planning to put your emotes on a bulletin board? You fuss over detail because details will make it cute, but we still prod and poke because you like to work. Guilty as charged. By the way, Star, no need to choose anymore between tag and roll styles. You'll just have to choose which tag you'd want. You guys are crazy. You guys are so crazy. I swear, did you? Oh my gosh. I appreciate it greatly. I appreciate it greatly. I don't, in terms of the tags, I'll have to set that up. In terms of the tags, I still don't really know what direction to go with. So I put too much detail in my emotes and I mean it. I use them as stickers. That's fair. We're not crazy, you're very supportable. What does that mean? What does that mean? Very supportable. I think star is good. Here's what I was looking into it a little bit. I'm very, I know star is more common, but it is what I'm leaning towards. Prism tag is more unique, that is true. I also, okay. I noticed a few things when I was testing them out. I am leaning towards star just because, like, I am trying to get more people to, sort of know me as the VTuber associated with the name. Because there's quite a few VTubers that just use the word Starlight as their branding. And that gets frustrating and confusing. So I am kind of tempted to just keep pushing that as far as I can. But yeah, this was sort of interesting, right? I tested it out a few times in the little preview window. And the reason that I picked the fire emoji is because you can choose the color it is as well. They're really limited on the amount of colors, but you can or the amount of emojis. Like you can't use a star emoji. It's like fire, lightning, skull, leaf, something else. But if we did the fire one in blue, then it has that, like, wisp idea.
Just supported the prismatic fox for 20. Supportable.
What the heck? What? The heck, man? What was that about? What does that even mean? Oh my gosh. Thank you, Eve. I appreciate it. Oh. What does that even mean? The orange cat thing, what does that mean? Oh. Goodness. That icon looks like it'd be some kind of stereotypical Karen Stargazer. It's just what Discord shows. I didn't pick it. Okay, what was I saying? What was I saying? Thank you, Eve. Emoji choice. Emoji choice. I figured that there is no star emoji. There is, like, a lightning bolt. There is, the thing that the Arcanites one uses. There's a leaf, there's a skull. But I figured the fire made sense, and then if we did it in blue, then it's like, it's the closest thing I could get to something that looks like a wisp. Because I can't use, a star-related thing, so I feel like that's sort of the closest thing, and you can't use a rainbow emoji either. Otherwise, that would be obvious. But I feel like that's the closest we could get to something that, like, sort of matches and feels right. But anyway, yeah, the 5-letter tags are abominable. I was testing things. Is there a bunny? There's not a bunny. No. They have, like, a pets thing, but bunny is not included. So it's, like, it's the closest thing that I could get was this, like, wispy fire thing. And I feel like it works. I feel like it actually could work well. Color-wise, it works, too. So, okay, we don't like the cheat 5-letter version, right? I was testing something. I saw some people being like, oh, you could cheat using Unicode, and I'm like, you know, if it looked the same, if it was the same font, it would work, but I don't know, testing things out. So, okay, I guess we're not Guess we're not doing that one. I don't know. I feel like I know that this is common, but it's also how I want to build the brand more, you know? Just use more Unicode to cheat more. Gotta contact the HOA because we have bunnies eating books in the library and those are taxpayer funded, so I feel like I deserve them. Hello, I'd like to speak to the Fox manager. Is this what you think the icon says? You like the star tag? You like star as well? Cram Starlight into 4 characters. Prism makes me think of Parmesan cheese. Really? How does that... How does that work? Candy tag when? Oh my gosh. Well, if we have the gradient rolls, they'll look a little bit more candy gradient-ish. How? I don't know. You see, okay, the thing with the prism tag is it feels like it's a little too close to, like, PRTS. So, I mean, this is, like... This is kind of what I'm leaning towards, but... It's like, that is where my head is going. That's where my head is going. I know it's more generic, but... I'm also trying to get more people to see that side of the brand. And I'm competing with a lot of other VTubers that aren't called Starlight. They just call themselves the Starlight VTuber, and it drives me crazy. Star, you could literally say any word or make a random noise and it would make me think of cheese no matter what. Why, though? Anything but the 5-letter abomination? Okay, we really hate the 5-letter abomination. Noted. I was testing things. I was testing things. Prism is PRTS confirmed. 0 Sandy moment. We make it 6-letter though. Yeah, more Unicodes. More Unicodes, I suppose. Alright, it does seem that there are people in chat who do say that they are okay with this. I'll probably, like, give it another day of thought, but I will most likely go with this. I don't think it's permanent either. I think it can always be changed. I don't think we get, like, locked into it, you know? We outlived other fake Starlight/Stargazer VTubers. We'll outlive the rest too until you're the only one standing. Senko stare emote. There you go. There's the reason for the emote. Reading Star, hath thee ventured to gaze upon the great board of Jira? No. But I was mentioning earlier that I need to figure out how to make the chat for the main screen longer. I have not, no. I was worried about my own boards on the same website. I was working on updating my Trello and contacting the people on Trello. I mean, while they're not here, I can also say I read Kalemex's name as Calamari and MG's as Macadamia. Where do you get macadamia from? There's no G in it! Where do you get macadamia? Also, MG is here. MG is here, so we'll have fun with that one. Alright, let me jump back here. Let me jump back here. Alright, let me add a little bit more textures. Or, not texture, shading. No, we have shading there, we have shading there. Oh, maybe we don't. Maybe we covered the shading. Maybe we covered the shading? Maybe we covered the shading. I have a tiny bit there. Oh, a little bit here, I think, is what I wanted to do. We'll just do that, and then we'll make it more faded pink, more faded orange, more faded something. Something or other. And then that is a not great color, so let's redo that. Something like that. I don't even know if that might just get chopped off. That might just get chopped off and cropped. I don't even know anymore. Why don't we move on? Why don't we move on to a different one? Let me just, yeah, let's try a different one. Slowly filling our board here. No, you see the vision? You see the vision of macadamia? Hold on, they might be cooking. Apparently macadamia nuts. Can't you just make it slightly smaller? I mean, I could, but, it's really that balance of, like, trying to take up as much space as you can for the emote. And trying to utilize, like... It's probably fine. It's probably fine. I'll probably just get it cut off. You're trying to utilize the maximum amount of emoteness. I don't know how to describe that. What do you pronounce my name as? I just say THLPH. I don't say Thiliptha. Is that what you were wondering? I just say THLPH. Usable space. Alright, let me jump to this one, because this one's almost done in terms of line art. See, I'm somewhat productive today. I'm somewhat productive. Can we agree that today has been somewhat productive? Even if just a tiny bit? Even if to a very minor degree? Can we still say that it was productive? See. Probably need to clean it up a little bit more here as well, but, you know, we're getting there. And then, alright, let me grab the better color. Yet. We're getting there, we're getting there. We're making some progress, I think. Will these emotes be both for stream and Discord or stream only? Discord first, probably, because we have the ability to fill in a lot more Discord slots, and then with stream, we'll probably see which ones we want to use for stream, because we're more limited on the number for those. But they'll all be in the Discord, yeah. Wait a minute, the angry star looks familiar? Yeah, this is another copied one. They're not all copied, I swear. They're not all copied. I have some that were original. Like, this one was based on the Fox one. This one, I think, is also Solterobo. This one, I think, is based on an existing one we have. This one is original. This one's original. This one is... yeah, this one's original. Original. This one's based on the cat. This one's original. That one's, anime screenshot. Anime screenshot. It's like a half and half. Because it's basically, like, a huge amount of it is me trying to replace a lot of emotes that I constantly use. But enough that I'm not, like, fully tracing, I'm just trying to get the idea down. The only time I'm fully tracing, if it's, like, an anime screenshot. But other than that, I'm just trying to get the general idea. It does give big Hun vibes? Wait, what? Copycat or copy Fox, there you go. Hello again, Sucko! We need Switch 2 Soul Turbo remake. Oh, that would be so good. Yes, we do have a Prism Bean as well. We do have Prism Bean. Yeah, I would love a Soul Robo remake. It's a game that doesn't need dual screen, so there's nothing stopping them, really. I mean, from what I remember, it doesn't really need dual screen, right? Like, it has dual screen, but, like, it's not super integral, right? If I remember correctly. This feels like something we'd see if he showed up in the anime. Seto Kaiba defeat Scream emote would have been very funny. Oh my gosh. Top screen is literally just the map except for the cutscenes. That excuse in the interview was BS. Wait, which interview? Were they basically saying that the cutscenes were No! I want them to port Soul Robo so badly because there's no reason that they can't. Do I have the original version of it here to show like where it came from? It's funny that you guys say that it looks like an expression that Hun would make because it's a furry emote. Let me see if I can screenshot it really quickly. It's from a game called Soul Robo. So it absolutely does kind of have a little bit of that anthro side to it. It's funny that you guys picked up on that. It's hilarious to me that you guys somehow picked up on the one that was based off of an anthro character. Because this is the expression for it. I just put it up here, so yeah, there you go. That's the expression for it. So I'm kind of amused that you guys picked up on that. I don't think any of the others are based on... Yeah. I don't think any of the others are. It's just that one. It's just that one. The mouth was the dead giveaway? That's fair. It's very overly cartoony. It was hard to... The chocolate sigh. Wait, did I... I might have that one. Do I have that one? I have this one, which kind of is the... I thought I had something like that. Oh yeah, there it is. There you go, right there. Yeah, those are the two that are Soul Robo based. There's just some expressions that are, like, very, very, very well done, but they're unique enough that no one else is, like... They're not being... No one else is using that kind of vibe, you know? That's why I think that if you grab emote references from video games or anime screenshots, they feel like they're more unique than the typical ones that we get. It's giving Alexander Anderson's scowl grin from Hellsing Ultimate, where you really can't tell which of the two he's actually doing. I don't know what that is. Expression is something I've tried and failed multiple times to recreate. It's not an easy expression, that's for sure. I feel like we use a lot of the bunny heart. It'd be a great contender to be added next. That is true. I think we have it... yeah. Half of the emotes I never used are just pulled from Gundam posts. That's fair. Soul Robo stream when? I don't know. Someday. Someday. It's funny, right? Because, like, the gameplay is not all that great It's really the story that carries it. Like, it's one of my favorite games ever, but it's not actually, the game itself is not actually that good. What else am I doing with this? I guess we'll grab this piece. I need to still clean it up a little, I think. It's still a little on the rougher side. Yeah, I don't know. It would be fun to someday stream Soldier Oboe. Probably, if anything, probably here on the side channel. Yeah, I don't know though. And of course, I didn't do the clean line art for that, so we're all just gonna make those the same for now. And I'll clean it up later. Alright. Grab our chunky brush here. This is our chunky one, right? Yeah. Did I make this one too big? A little bit. I just recently discovered this brush and I fell in love with it. Honestly, it has such this like natural chalky oil feeling, and I absolutely love it. Let me see if I can quickly go back to it here. All right. The problem is I just don't have a good idea on where to shade things, so by using the super sketchy one, I don't really have to worry about it as much. That makes sense, right? You don't have to focus. When it's not clean, you don't have to focus on making it clean. That made sense in my head, not when I said it out loud. Hmm? Wait, what? What is going on? Why are we banning Raoul? Why are we banning Raoul now? I missed something, clearly. And yeah, you could take his train and he would explode. Why? Do we really need a reason? Oh my gosh, Ignore that part, answer what I asked you in the ping. Will you make a Star Pirate emote for Sekko for Halloween? Why would it, Would it be like a temporary emote, or... Just take the design of his PFP, add a little vampire cape to it, and boom. What? Why shouldn't we ban Raoul? What is going on? Why am I seeing like a civil war happening? What spurred this on? Why is this happening right now? Because Monday means anarchy. I don't think Monday means anarchy, no. I don't think that's a thing. I'm bullying Raul less. That doesn't mean everyone else has to bully him more. Oh. You're seeing a civil war because I'm a professional instigator. Great. Fantastic. Good to hear, I suppose. Just what we needed. Professional instigator. I don't know what I'm doing with this. I feel like I never know how to do highlights, and it bothers me. Like, I never know what style works for highlights. Turn away for 5 minutes to boggle it. What? I'm not reading that. What is happening? You're one of the few people that actually pronounce all the letters of my name, so I really appreciate that. Yeah, no problem. I feel like THLPH and I are just like having our side conversation while like the corner is just burning to the ground. That explains nothing. I'm confused too. What is happening here? What? I can't even understand the words that are being said anymore. What? War, anarchy? We don't need war and anarchy. This is fine. Why does this always happen on Mondays? This wasn't even instigated by anything. Why is this always a Monday thing? Why? Is there like something in the air? You need reunion? I don't think, no. Why would you even say that? I think that's the last thing we need. I'm pretty sure that's the very last thing that we need. Like, of all the things that we could need, I'm pretty sure that is absolute bottom of the list. Utelier is just getting a little too peaceful. How's an honest warmonger supposed to make a living? What? I don't think it's getting too peaceful at all. I feel like we were... Yeah, I feel like we were in, like, a tiny little bit of stability for, like, you know, just getting through life as we know it. But no, we can't have nice things, apparently. Like the good old days after the Dark Dragon. Ah! You mean before? Or after? I don't even know anymore. Put reinforced doors on anything? What is happening? Wait a minute, the stream was actually calm and respectful until Raul came back! Curse of Raul! Everything's fine as long as she doesn't see what everyone's doing in the burrows. Oh, jeez. You're lucky I can't enter the burrows. I saw, I had that little snake doodle, and I saw people be like, oh no, she's gonna be able to enter the burrows. How does it feel knowing a sizable chunk of your fans are active participants in the reunion? What? What are you talking about? It's like I say, Stargazers are cruel, and I'm very in touch with my inner bunny. What? 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 What is happening? Only going into the burrow to use the train station. Oh. I feel like I'm gonna need to use this emote sooner than later. Why do you push me this way? I didn't think I would have to use this emote anytime soon, but no, I'm gonna have to use it, like, immediately. Why does this happen? You're a non-consenting pawn in a Metal Gear Rising plot? I've never played Metal Gear! Am I gonna have to go to, oh, shoot. Am I gonna have to- is it Nimi now? Is it Nimi Nightmare? Am I gonna have to go to Nimi Nightmare and ask her what to do? I gotta go eat pizza, so good luck handling everything. I don't even know what I'm handling! What do you mean I'm in Metal Gear? Oh, it's Mint. Okay. Mint Phantom, right? I can't keep up with that. No, no, Nimi is someone else. Mint, thank you. No, Mint. Metal Gear Solid 3 Remake is coming out, so get on it. Wait, is this because, like, I've seen you- is this because of all the snake memes? Like, where is this coming from? What? Member of the Patriots? That doesn't sound right. Starcrime this, code of conduct that, nonsense. What okay, you guys are all using phrases that I don't understand. I can't keep up. Someone say Patriot? They did, and that makes me even more confused, because I don't think I'm understanding that correctly. I would not be understanding that correctly, right? There's no way I'm understanding this correctly. I'm not thinking of a Wendigo, so I don't know what you guys are thinking of. Just accept it? I'm not gonna accept- You guys have already mentioned Patriot and Reunion. How am I not supposed to be concerned right now? What? 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 Jordan Sweep cake? What? What? Huh? You don't have a choice in accepting it? What do you mean I don't have a choice in accepting it? What? Patriots are Illuminati and run the world just like you, don't hide it? What are you talking about? You know, I was doing well, just drawing our little bunny here. Just drawing our little bunny friend. How'd it turn into this? I don't understand what's happening. I don't understand what people are saying. I'm concerned that people are talking about Patriot and Reunion, and then also Illuminati, and then Siam Zero is listing off numbers menacingly. I don't know what to make of any of it. I thought you guys would be more like this. But... I thought you would be more like this. Instead, you are more like this. And I am feeling more like this. Neo, hi! Neo, save me! I'm so confused! I'm so confused! Neo, I need your help! You walked into chaos and I don't know what to do about it! Neo, I don't understand what they're saying! Neo, help me! What are Stargazers doing this time? That's the problem, I don't know. There's nothing you can do about it. I don't know what it is, though. Neo, I don't know. I was having a nice time working on emotes, being all chill, and then somehow everything turned weird, and now they're all saying things I don't understand, and they're mentioning scary things that I don't think are good to mention, that I've already experienced, and then they're mentioning things that I haven't experienced that I also don't think are good to mention, and now I don't know what to- and now Sako's telling me not to worry about it, but that's exactly the problem, is that now I'm worrying about it. Just nod and wave? I don't think I wanna. I don't know what's going on either. I don't. I don't. Kaku doesn't know either. I don't know what anyone is saying. Worry more? You just told me. You can't tell me. You literally just said, don't worry about it, and now you're saying worry more. Heh. You can't do that. Why is C-Hero Batman now? If you can't not worry, be more afraid. I don't think that's what you're supposed to tell people. I don't think that's a thing you're supposed to say to people. How did it become this? How did it come to this? What? Has anyone seen the plot? We appear to have lost it. I think we lost it a long time ago. I don't know where it is either. I don't know where it went. I don't know if it's ever coming back. Now this is a classic stream? What do you mean classic? This is so sad, I'm so sorry. Neo, I don't know what to do with them. I don't know what they're saying. They're all speaking in tongues. 2024, 2025, welcome back, Irium streams. Oh, I don't want to go back. I don't want to go back. When did Prism's colors change? What? Oh, I guess I made it brighter so that I could see it better. Okay. Your noodles are bad, Star. We lost the plot. The narrator will be sad when she finds out. Emoji where you're scared is your expression right now? Which one? There's like a million. This one? This one? This one? This one? This one? This one? Actually, they're all- wait, are they all some form of scared? Maybe we have too many that are just... I think that's a little too many. Is it me? Or are they all, like, some form of concerned, panicked, or scared? Raoul, if you call me an AI, I will legitimately ban you. That is where it ends. That is where it ends. You do not call me an AI. That is a absolutely non-compromisable thing. Honestly, me when I was planning my own emotes, is this just a thing, Neo? Like, if you draw your own emotes, most of what you draw is yourself in distress. Concerned, panicked, and scared are literally your top 3 emotions. What emoji do you feel right now? All of them. I love how I say that and immediately chat is like, yes, finally, do it! Yeah, I real talk though, real talk, just to say, like, just, like, one serious moment, okay? 10 seconds of a serious moment real quick. Don't joke that I'm like an AI, because that is legitimately a problem in the VTubing space, and you guys know how against that whole concept I am. So please just don't say that as a joke. I would appreciate if that is the one thing that we do not go into. Okay. There's my 10 seconds. You... Oh. Guys, it's okay. It's just, you know, it's just 1 to 5. It's just 1 to 5. Is that a thing in the VTuber space? Actual AI VTuber or VTuber with AI mama? Yes, unfortunately, they are both a thing. They are unfortunately both a thing. I do not like either, and I am doing my best to separate from both. There's 2, 3, and 4. No, 1 to 5. 1 to 5. I want to color this one because this one is so close in terms of line art. This one's almost done. We're slowly being productive. I think, maybe. You guys don't scare me. Speaking of emote expressions, I was saving references for what I was interested in making, showing them to a friend for some feedback, and she was like, stop planning 30 same emotes. Yeah, so, like, you can relate, right? Like, you can definitely relate to this. Why do I feel like you made Tsundere Prism to mainly use on me? It could be for anything. You guys don't scare me, she says while trembling. Prism humph I need. I don't think that's just gonna be a Vesa thing. I think that's gonna be used a lot. Why is there a prism trapped inside the crystal? You tell me. Is gold spatula a TFT reference? What gold spatula? What? No, it's a Hamtaro thing. Aroma uses bubbles, not crystals. I love how your first reaction is thinking that we would... I love how your first reaction is thinking that you'd be in control of that emote. Why are you telling me to tell you? I love how he's just like, but Aroma uses bubbles, not crystals. Why would I trap anyone in a crystal? And it's like, oh, that's funny. That's really funny. Timeout crystal. To the crystal with ye. I think the answer should be clear, Raoul. I think the answer should be clear. Gotta be kind to poor Raoul, put him in a crystal bubble. That way Aroma can put a leash on. Gan is all the emotes where her neck is not shown or her reactions to the necklace piece. Oh my gosh. Really like that emote? Yeah, it's the only one that I actually finished the line art for. None of the others have finished line art. It's, Neo, it's from Senko. I didn't come up with it. It's directly from Senko-san. What? Is that one Circled Anther one from... Circled Anther one? From... Red Panda. Oh, Retsuko? No, actually this one's original. This one's original. Yeah, this one is so original because it's my old anthro form. That's how you know how original it is. I just never got a chance to do it, but I kind of still want to have it. Mainly because, like, the expression with the mix of the anthro and the wing sort of, like, shouldering up to the neck is something I can't really replicate, with either Prism or myself here. So I kind of feel like I want to at some point add it. I could try to do a demi-human version, but I just don't think it would feel the same. I like the one 2 spaces above it. Yeah, okay. Someday. Someday. You look more like a burb in that one. It's the anthro form, so... I've seen the star laughing, I love the concept, but to be honest, I've never seen a star laugh, so I don't know if we justified. What? I'll laugh happily like that? Do you mean the existing one in the server? I honestly rarely ever use the actual hard laughing one. I 90% of the time use the chuckle one. You need confirmation of what? What do you need confirmation of? Top right? Oh, yeah, it's still basically Chuckle. In your version of the Confused Gura one, you kind of look like Nanachi in it? What? This one? Where do you get that? Star's brain is powered by a mouse rolling on a wheel connected to a washing machine. Where do you get these sentences? We're not good enough for Star LMAO. I just don't use it a lot. I feel like it's a little too aggressive. You speak the truth? I don't think so. I'm jumping between different Prism emotes now because I'm so distracted. I'm unconsciously jumping to different prisms now. You see what you're making me do? I'm now jumping between prisms. Are you saying we're not funny? Where do you guys get that idea? Oh my gosh. Just because No, guys. It's not that I don't think you're funny, it's that I use different emotes. Most of the time I use that really broken smiley face one. Sure? What do you mean sure? That's literally the truth. If I find something really funny, that's when I use the broken smiley face one. And that one's not even from my server. Try giggling so we know if that emote is possible and to see how it'd be and to prove your statement that we're funny. What? I feel like there's been many times throughout the stream I've already done that. No? You can't just ask someone to laugh on command. It doesn't work that way. Right now I feel like I'm literally just drawing this. Oh, I always forget the order. Okay, there you go, Vessa. You got me. Why are they losing their mind? They have been this whole time, and I don't know what to think about it. You don't have my comedic ability. It's okay, I'll teach you for a small fee. And we lose something we don't have? No. You guys, please. Alright, where did I have the painty prism? Painty tsundere prism. What do you mean? I don't hate- Where are you getting this? I don't hate you! Where are you getting this from? where... Let's grab that tiny, silly little... Where is it? Here? Okay. Why do you always think that I hate you? Like, actual question. Where does that come from? Also, where else is this being used? Why is this so large? There's no other lines. It's just a stray pixel, isn't it? It's just a stray pixel. I hate it. Alright. There we go. Fix that. What? Are you potatoing your potatoes? Why does that just sound like something Vessa would say? Are you trying to do Vessa humor? If they're saying you hate us, then they get it from you. No? What? What? She hates us is used when you're late mostly, but they say it when I'm not late. I haven't been late for a very long time, and yet I'm still getting told that. I've been very, very aware of being punctual so that you guys won't say that, and it doesn't stop you from saying it. It's still Monday. The stream didn't really start going off the rails when Raoul joined. It was just the moment I remembered, oh, it's Monday, time to rabble rouse. What if volcano but potato? What? Why? Why? You can't... Okay, no. What? What if W but potato head? Why would you put that image in my head? What? The only way you can stop us from saying you hate us is to stop hating us, but I don't. But I don't. Also, why does it suddenly feel so purple? That's not right. Where the heck is this color? Why does this always lean too close to purple? There we go. Barely makes any difference whatsoever, but it makes enough of a difference. Star Fox is never late. Stargazer's scummies. Nor is she early. She starts her stream precisely when she means to. Oh. A weapon. What? 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 The entire background is purple? Oh, that's actually a really good point. Wait, that's actually a very good point. Hang on. Wait, that actually makes sense. Hang on. Let me try to see if that changes the perception of it. Okay. It's still a little purple, but that does help. Look, we're getting there. Kind of. Somewhat. Maybe. We're getting there. What? What? What is happening here? No music? There's music playing? Is this just a quieter song? It might just be quieter. I'll just change it so it's less quieter, I guess. There. Is that one better? Can you hear that one? I think it's just really quiet. What are you talking about? I don't know anything about penance. Focus on the work and ignore us? I don't think that's a good idea either, because clearly you guys cannot be left to your own devices. And if you haven't noticed, I've not been able to focus on the work this whole time. Wait, I thought I painted did I not ever paint this? I thought I did. I thought I had painted that. I guess I didn't. Story anxiety music, my favorite for chill art stream. I can't win. Focus on the work, leave the war to us. I don't think that's a good idea. What are you eating? Oh, why? I'm dying to know if other... I know that every streamer has a chaotic chat, but like... I want to know to what degree the similarities stop. What do you mean not that? What? Where's Newbie? I want to roast some marshmallows. Prism's tassels look like candy too. No, you can't. No, you can't eat Prism. You are Prism. You're basically represented all by Prism. Ugh. Prism is essentially the combined symbolism of all the stargazers. You can't eat Prism. Where did the colors go? Why are the colors not... Oh, okay. What is this from? What is that from? Why are these all separated? Ugh. Where's the crystal apple emote? I don't have an emote for it. How, at this moment, I'm eating carrots, how uncharacteristically topical. No wonder Starlove Sweets, Prism, and the Stargazers are made of candy. You guys are not made of candy. You guys are... Star-loving sweets must be a Major McQueen reference. Truly, they're one and the same. I'm not Measure McQueen. We just have a similar dress. That's where it ends. The what? Is the necklace... What? I can't even follow your train of thought anymore. And, you know, I thought I'd be able to, considering, you know, how intense we should be able to follow trains, but no, this train of thought I've completely lost. Summoned immediately. Truly incredible. You can say that that was a terrible pun, but it still summoned him. What about the ReZero rabbits? Why are you mentioning the ReZero rabbits? I don't think there's any reason to summon the ReZero rabbits. What? 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 I've again lost track of chat. I have again, in such short time, lost track again. I feel like blue works well for this, right? I don't know what I'm doing with the color anymore. I'm just sort of throwing it in and hoping I get lucky. Lost track is also a train expression when you think about it. Cheese? Where did the cheese part come from? I didn't mention cheese. No one mentioned cheese. Where did you get the cheese from? ReZero rabbits may already be kept in the burrows. They're nothing to worry about. Only infinite food. What? Still to run that by the Ministry of Finance. Yet read me. What the heck? Alright, does this work for like a nice, can I do this? Will this look nice or no? Oh yeah, it actually does look nice. Look! Aroma! I added a heart that almost looks like a bubble! We're invading Mars? Okay, never mind. No bubble heart. Where's my diamonds? There's my diamonds. Alright. Come on. There we go. Needs to keep making this smaller? I guess I need to make it smaller. I don't want this thing to crash. There we go. Go a little bit higher here. There we go. That'll work. Maybe the overlay? Yeah, I guess, I mean, I can workshop it later. Where's our main heart color? We'll grab that. I'll reduce that. I'll make it look more crystally. Wait, what if I did... No, multiply doesn't work. We'll do... something like that, and then I'll, like, make it nicer. I'll give it a, lines here. What is happening here? I can't look down for like 3 seconds without something bad happening. As I'm ironically drawing a heart. Explain that one to me. Alright, maybe... Why do none of these colors want to work nicely? How about color burn? There we go, we'll take color burn for now. What is happening here? Hang on, I need to catch up with what everybody is saying. Dyson sphere? What? What? What is going on? Why are you saying something bad is happening? We're only trying to chew on star candy since we can't chew on the candy necklace. What does that mean? Hashtag cheese? What? The expansion of the Star Empire? Nothing to worry about? I think I should very much worry. No, I think that's worth worrying about, frankly. Should I? Alright, give me a sec to combine all of these. I'm wondering if I should make this blue or not. Because, like, blue makes more sense for the brand color, but on the other hand, I don't know if you can see it from farther away. So... is that, like, easier to read for most use cases? I feel like that might just be easier to understand, like, if you need it quickly. In terms of, like, legibility. What? Wait, I'm asking about a heart! Why are we talking about Doom? You'll be the figurehead, don't worry about what the advisors are doing. I think I should worry about what the advisors are doing. It feels like a political statement to answer that right now. What? I guess we'll, come back to this? I guess we'll come back to that one. Maybe I'll just make it a straight up rainbow with a pink base or something. I don't know. I will not choose between red and blue in this stream. No way. Why not? Yeah, heart colors! I was trying to say, like, what would be harder to, like, would this just make more sense if you're seeing it from far away, right? Would it be harder to read? Would it make more sense further away? Why wouldn't you choose between red and blue? You like the blue? You like the red? Ah! Okay, maybe that's why. Blue art sort of makes it feel like you're trying to cheer up someone who is sad. Oh no! Purely to disagree with Vessa. I think blue and purple would be the hardest colors to read, everything else would be fine. What if I did... now, okay, you see, the problem with having your entire color scheme being rainbow is that, like, if you had a VTuber who's, like, all purple, and then they have a mascot holding a purple heart, then it makes sense. But if you're, like, if you're every color, then it doesn't really work. Surprising rainbow heart? I mean, I tried putting a rainbow overlay on it, but it kind of died. I'll try... alright, what if I did this, and then what if I did another overlay using our bubble fake texture that I'm joking about? I do something like that, maybe? Overlay? It just gets lost. Just gets lost. What if the base is no. It's what if I make this normal? What if I make this lighter? That's not what I wanted. I do kind of like the pink is kind of cute. Why can't I get some sort of good color overlay for this? Just doesn't want to behave. The pink is also good. Let me go back. Well, how did we do that? What was that? Is that like this? Kind of like a crystally pink. That doesn't look bad. It's less intense than this. What if we like went in between? And then what if we just did like a... I can paint this in better. I just need to sort of do something with it. Maybe just like a tiny little bit. Like the Purple Heart speaks to the Stargazer warrior spirit. I don't... Okay, no, you make a good point. Maybe we shouldn't do that. Maybe we shouldn't do that. I don't want to speak on that. That's not fair. Oh wait, what if I just lighten it? What if I just lighten that? Okay, what if I just did that? It's just a tiny little bit. It's super subtle and no one will see it. Something like that? I mainly just wanted it to be the reflection. We have like a tiny bit of the reflection. Like as if it was a bubble. Or in this case, a crystal, really. I'll make it look more like a crystal. The rainbow trout is still trapped inside. How does it look shrunk down? You'll know it's there in spirit. That's the reason I was thinking about the color difference, is that if it's blue, you might not get that it's a heart, but if it's like a red or a pink, then that's at least more noticeable to most people that it's a heart. That was kind of my mindset with it. Is you just sort of have like a better idea of what it was supposed to be. Dumb question, would you be adding more expressions? Funny you mentioned that. It's actually something that I really, really want to get done. Sooner than later. But I'd have to do a lot of work first because, Irium kind of destroyed me slightly, a little bit. And, we'd have to work with that. And that will take some time. I would like to at some point in the future. But yeah. Blame Irium. Blame Irium for that. Irium nerfs indeed. Now you follow my joke when she finished the painting? What? I was gonna blame Irium for everything regardless. Yeah, the problem is, I have like a... the setup is not great, and I had to actually, like... I had to damage a lot of things. And I do have backup saved of things that are not damaged, but there's kind of a weird mix-up of things that I have to sort of recombine to be cleaner. It's just a lot of work, and since I'm self-incarnated, I can't hire someone else to do it. I mean, I've debated on it. I've debated on just being like, hey, can you fix me? Can you fix this? But I know that it would just be better for me to do it so that I could, like, do what I need to do in the future, etc., etc. I'm playing around with the expressions also being pink, so it's all not harsh red, but I'm just playing around here. See what works. Actually, that does kind of work well. I might actually go with that. Because that's like, I'm basically moving it from like an orange red to a pinkish red. It just works better with the color scheme. Same idea, just not as insanely jarring. You technically could. They'd still be all your works, just put together by someone else. No, yeah. It's more so the fact that this is not something that you would necessarily know off the bat, but when it comes to native files and things, people... How do I explain this in a nice way? People are really weird about it. People are really, really, really weird about working with somebody else's stuff that isn't their own, and a lot of people will straight up refuse it. So that is also a thing. People kind of have the attitude that they sort of want to have been in charge of the entire thing from start to finish. And add-ons and stuff are not really a thing that most people will do. There's a lot of possessiveness around personal project. It's not that, actually. It's the... Well, I guess it is, technically. Jeez, I don't want to say this in a bad way that could get taken out of context. But when you have a when you have a model, right? You've got like the art and the rigging. The artist is always expected to hand off all the native work, right? And then the rigger works off that native work. But the most riggers tend to not like going the same way. They don't really want to work with existing stuff or share their existing stuff. It's a little bit strange. I get the reason behind it. It just sort of makes it hard to find somebody in the middle of a project unless you just commission them from the very start. If you didn't commission them from the very start, very, very few people will work on an existing thing. Which does make a lot of clients very nervous, because I've seen a lot of clients be like, I need to find an artist and rigger that are willing to work with me full time so that if something happens that I don't get dropped midway. It's strange, because like, a model has the intensity and the cost in many cases, like with the larger VTubers, of like a wedding dress. I think the best way to say this is it's hard to find someone who's willing to alter your wedding dress. Most people that I have seen do not want to alter the wedding dress. That is kind of the best way I can describe it. I don't know if that makes sense. That's just kind of the best way I'm able to word it. I really don't know if that makes any sense, but hopefully you get where I'm going with that. Yes, I'm well knowledgeable on wedding dresses. You get what I'm trying to say. You know what I'm trying to say, at least. People with the attitude they need to be in charge of everything from start to finish. I think we know someone like that. I mean, that's different. That is your own... That's how I got in this mess. All I'm saying is that it's a large project that multiple people work on, but not everybody wants to continue working on it afterwards. Because a lot of people have very specific ways on how they do stuff. And they don't want one person to mess with it one way after they've already worked on it. For some brands, it's probably sacrilege to alter the dress. Exactly, exactly. So, TLDR, without running around my words so much, a lot of VTuber rigger, a lot of VTuber model riggers do not want to work on anything that they did not start working on. That is not their work. They don't want to fix somebody else's work. They would rather have you recommission a full rig than do some fixes. Not everyone. Obviously, there are definitely people who are willing to do it. Obviously, there are people who don't care that much. But there is a large amount of people that just straight up want you to re-rig the whole thing from scratch. So, that's why I'm just gonna try to do it on my own. I think this is missing the fluff. That does not work. Maybe something like that. Yeah, that works. It's for sure easier for them too. Even beyond pride, doing your own process from the ground up is easier than integrating into someone else's. Yeah, exactly. Is it mainly for convenience or pride thing? I think it's more like what Catch These Claws is saying. It's more like your workflow might be different, so they would rather just start over with the workflow that they know. Alright, which other ones here? Why does this still look so purple? I can never figure out how to shade things for myself that don't end up making everything look purple. It's probably more accurate, actually. Yeah, a little less purple. Except now I lose the shading. I think that's what happened is I lost the shading. This was shading at one point. Okay, that's the issue. In that case, this needs to change. Kind of, maybe. I think I just added too much shading and now you can't see the shading with the color. I'm looking at this one. Down here, yeah, that makes more sense. That's a bit more accurate. Okay. That feels slightly less purple now. We lost to order over an interesting conversation. I wake up in 7 hours, so I should leave you all for now. See ya. Alright, Seko, thank you very much for stopping by. I appreciate it. Have a good night. Sleep well. This is my favorite bingo board. I have zero context for the past 2 hours. Can we go back to the infighting and chaos? And can we ever teleporting bread? Oh, jeez. I'm still gonna have to- I am going to- Ugh. I feel like I don't have the right color, at all. I think I'm gonna have to work on, like, tweaking a lot of these colors to be less purple. I think they just come off looking too purple, and that's not really what they're supposed to be. But it's very hard because if you go too blue, it ends up looking like cyan. That's not what I wanted. I wanted the one behind it, above it. There we go. This one. Looking at it, I really want a bouncy cat version of the prism bean. That is the goal. Yeah, that is the goal. Here, I can probably color that one too today. Since that is also almost done in terms of line art. It just needs to be a little bit more polished, but I can probably do the bouncy cat version here. Gotta go, heading home from work. Thanks for the stream, we'll talk later. Alright, sounds good. Thank you for stopping by, I appreciate it. Never noticed the Zapdos one before? Fourth one, top row. Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna do that one. You're heading off too? Alright, no worries. I think we'll probably end with the Prism Bean then. We'll wrap up here with the Prism Bean. And then tomorrow is going to be, member Iceberg. So I'll have a wheel for that set up for tomorrow. So if you are able to be in the stream tomorrow, and if you are a member, then we can do another Iceberg round before the event ends. I thought that would be nice. Did I say icebreaker or did I say iceberg? Why did you imprison Prism in the bean anyway? What do you mean? Prism is bean. If this thing in the bottom left corner doesn't look like bean to you, I don't know what to tell you. That is basically a bean. And then just sort of has, like, little highlights and sparkles in the tail. More or less. I did say iceberg? Incredible. Thought about doing an iceberg-like image of the atelier at the top and then the burrows below all the way to the deep warrens. No, I think it's deep burrows, no? I don't know what that is. I said iceberg twice. Incredible. Incredible. Remember iceberg? Thumbnail better be lettuce. Alright, I think we got a decent amount. Kind of. They're not clean enough to finish, but it's progress. I think it's progress. Okay, that's what the colors... How did the color get so off? Because I'm pulling from a reference, and you can't pull gradients in a reference, that's why. Why did I pull gradients in a reference? I had the sheet right there. I should know better. I should know better. You don't pull gradients in a reference. It never ends up working. How much progress? It don't matter. It's progress. Yeah, there you go. Soon you'll be able to use these. Eventually. Eventually. As someone who's been begging for these for 3 years, I'm extremely happy some progress is being made. There you go. Progress will be much faster once I figure out the color scheme, once I figure out the rendering style, and once I clean up the line art. Once most of these have clean line art, we'll be able to, like, you know, boom, 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 get them done. Get them done. I just need to also figure out the rendering style. If I can figure out the rendering style, it'll be good. But hey, progress is progress, right? Right. Okay. Alright. 3 years? I have been streaming for 4, so... yeah. Anyway. Alright. With that, I think we'll wrap up here. Didn't know this was the Silk Song of emotes. What? Render them like the Vess of Finger Guns one? But that's cel-shaded. I don't like doing cel-shaded. Anyway, I will see you guys tomorrow. I hopefully get to see you guys for Icebreaker. Icebreaker. There we go. If you're a member, then in the member chat tomorrow, about an hour or so before stream, I'll make a wheel, or I'll make a post where you guys can be added to a wheel. And then if we need any more names beyond that, then I will open it to Starlight chat, but I'm pretty sure that members will probably take up all the space on the wheel. I think generally we are able to have like 5. I'm usually able to do like 5 rounds of stream. We'll see, we'll see. But regardless, I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your day, evening, or night, wherever you may be in the world or the many worlds beyond. Or somewhere in the deep burrows, unfortunately. And anyway, thank you so much, Stargazers, and all the best. Bye-bye.